with all that. All that. Whole lot. Whole lot. With all that. All that.
The Nets play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you tonight, live from Brooklyn, New York. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. For the Brooklyn Nets, they come into tonight's game after losing to the Bucks. There's a good screen. Trains it from beyond the arc. White's got the game going here with the first basket for the Timberwolves. Oh, Stan, this should be a fun one. A clash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Rocket 6. Foul for 3. They grab their own miss. With 1 on the clock. And Claxton throws it down hard.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Now here's Butler. Here's Yang. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Kicks it out to Johnson. These 3 pointers off the mark.
Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
For 3, Edwards. Great D that time from Powell. Here's Williams. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the line for him here.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line. And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And it's Williams with the ball for Brooklyn. They trail by 1. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Here's Butler. That shot missing. Nice D from Williams. Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's got his second basket of the game.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
To the paint. Here's Butler. Back to Edwards. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, I really like when Edwards shows this kind of patience, allowing the play to develop over time.
White with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And it's White missing. And it's Williams with the ball for Brooklyn. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. From downtown, a rebound by the Timberwolves. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. He talked about the respect he has for Jimmy Butler and everything that Jimmy Buckets brings to the table. He told me Butler's special. He impacts the game with the ball, without the ball, and with his defense. But he said as much of a challenge as Butler presents, they'll be ready. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Clowney. And it's blocked. .144 left in the first quarter.
Brooklyn foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
1:37 left to play here in the first. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And there's the drive.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And good that time.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
.41 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot from past the arc. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Pass to Butler. Here's Yang. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
It's stolen by Edwards. Here's Yang. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Timberwolves on top, leading by 4. And
The Timberwolves. 15.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
5 on the clock. Here's Wilson. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Down low. Here's Dunn. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Dunn's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Timberwolves.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Porter with a block.
Sending it back with postage. This is why every team is looking to add length to its lineup.
Nets trailed by 6. Here's Claxton. Oh, and he misses the dunk. The 3. And that one's good by Porter.
Timeout. Shooting while in rhythm. Porter Jr. has an impressive understanding for when to let that thing fly.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. So it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. 9-point game.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Porter looking it over. It's to Gobert. Here's Queen. Still scoreless. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Keon Johnson. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, "Can you believe that?"
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
No, D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Outside Williams. Kicks it out to Johnson. Nets passing it around. Yes, that goes in. Johnson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they're beginning to just...
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear.
Here's Queen. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
The shot by Powell, no good. Timberwolves leading by 5. For 3, Edwards. Off the mark, and he's 2 of 8 for the game.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Here's Murray Boyle.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Johnson. He takes it in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, nice turnaround for him here in the second quarter. Had a cold start, but never lost his confidence.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitutions on the court.
1:25 left to play here in the half. Pass to DiVincenzo. Whitehead with the rebound. The Nets with the lead. Here's Clowney. No scoring in this one. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Nets lead by 4.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Will it go? Pass to Butler. Rebound, Brooklyn.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
That one good for 2. And it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
They get it back. Dunn up top. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. They set the pick. Here's Butler. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Timberwolves trail by 8. Butler takes it in. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Such a physical player. Butler takes that contact on the way up.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
In the corner, Powell with it. Back to Williams. It's Powell on the wing. Drains the three-pointer. Powell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the 3rd. Here's Johnson. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Porter inside. DiVincenzo with it. 5 to shoot. Brooklyn with the rebound.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Porter outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Porter's got 6 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Instead, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
White, wide open. He fires. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Next batter.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Johnson outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Here's Reddish. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 10.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Here's Edwards. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Nets leading by 6. There's 1:59 left to play here in the third. Fires for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And he gets it back. Pass to Reddish. Outside Edwards. And Reddish with the slam.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Here's Clowney. He has yet to score. That one off the back iron and out.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Outside Edwards. Lets the 3 fly. They get the rebound. Reddish. It's Edwards on the wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Queen. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Wilson inside. Great tee that time from Edwards. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Well, you know, Anthony Edwards has one of the highest motors we've seen. His relentlessness throughout the length of a game is just exceptional. He wears out the entire opposing team.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
.30 left in the third quarter. Pass to Clowney. Beyond the arc. And the 3-ball is good. He has 5.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Inside. And he commits the intentional foul. The Nets have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Here's DiVincenzo. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
51.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. They've led by as much as 10. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Johnson with the jam.
He takes advantage of him in every way possible.
And Brady lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Dunn misses. Brooklyn leading by 6. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Claxton. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Pass to Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? We want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. And he gets the bucket.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Williams with a clean look. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Nets lead by 5.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Here's Powell. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
That's just a solid play. One of Butler's favorites.
Pass to Powell.
Well, that's only his first turnover of the game, but you know he'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I listened in on what Chris Finch was talking about with his players. He told them he liked the way they were working, but he said we have to really get after it. All we need is a couple of stops. Keep your focus. We'll see if they can close it out. Kevin?
Thanks, David. The Timberwolves trail. That's a 2 from Butler. Pass to Reddish. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Here's Edwards. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Williams. Minnesota with the rebound. Three-pointer, Butler. It's hauled in by Claxton. Williams for 3. Carries it from three-point range. Williams has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. It's Claxton high post. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And the basket by Edwards.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
The shake. And he drives in.
Big time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Yeah, look, that shot took loads of power. 0 fear.
Nets leading by 4. 1:39 left in the 4th. Pass to Claxton. Butler with the steal.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
Outside, White. The 3. Oh, Butler draining the 3.
Jimmy Butler coming up big with the game on the line.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Four seconds left.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure? Oh, this is what Butler is known for. Elevating his game in crucial moments.
Here's Powell.
A clutch basket, even with him being on the short end of the stick, size-wise.
Well, how about that killer instinct? He was going to get that bucket for him no matter who was on.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And now we decide to foul intentionally.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
number 1.
He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And it's all about the three right here.
Yeah, and when your opponent knows what you need, it makes it that much harder to find an opening.
Can they tie? Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime.
For the city.